So, have you ever had those fears you remember from childhood? Maybe the fear of the bed, or what's under the bed, or the closet, or what's in the bathroom, or what's in the dark corner? It's like you didn't really understand why you had it, you just had it. And it was just this irrational fear. What people like your parents or adults would say the irrational childhood fears that are just normal in childhood. Well, as a paranormal medium myself, I could tell you that it's actually not irrational. There is actually a reason why people feel these fears when they're children and can continue to feel these fears even later on into their adulthood. I mean, I'm 42 and I still hate closets. I still hate them. And now I'm starting to get afraid of bathrooms. I'm just afraid of, something scary is going to come out of the bathroom, like in the Poltergeist movie, when that giant skull-like thing comes out of the child's closet. And I mean, I swear one of those days it's going to happen and it's going to make me die of fear. But obviously that can't happen. But that is just normal fear because I know that paranormal activity can come from these places. They can originate from these places. I first discovered this when I was a psychic medium. When I just discovered I was a psychic medium, that is. And I remember having these cold feelings come over me when I was trying to sleep. There was no reason for them. I was under blankets, the heater was on, and it kept happening. And I remember I was with my teacher one night at the house, and we were just talking, and she was about to leave, and we hear this big bang on some table in the hallway. It sounded like this. And it scared us both, but we both knew that there was a ghost in there because knocking on objects, was one of the signs of paranormal activity. Another sign was the cold feeling, and another sign was also the blue flashes. Like I once saw a blue flash, like a flicker, and it was the size of a human being, and this was also the sign of a ghost. Usually when they're flickering their ion field, the blue flash, it means they're feeding off of some electrical source to generate energy to cause a weird event, which is the knocking on objects, like on the table or on an object on the stove, or anything that can cause an audible disturbance. So I remember I had to learn how to deal with this. I was very scared. And so there was so much conflicting information in schools of thought on the paranormal and why ghosts do what they do and haunt. I later discovered that ghosts don't haunt houses, they haunt people. They haunt people who believe in their existence. Those who believe appear shiny to the ghost, while those who don't believe appear dark to the ghost, and the ghosts avoid them. That's why those who are skeptics and doubters never have paranormal activity, because the ghost knows. And so the ghost in my house, it was coming from the closet. It would rest in that closet at night, during the day that is, and at night come out and interact with me. And that was literally a childhood fear come true. But I was told by one of my teachers that create a vortex and the ghosts will leave. And so I did that. I did it in the basement of the house. I imagined a small, golden dot, and imagined it getting bigger and wider until I was satisfied with how big it was. And then I took a step back. I thought I could communicate with the ghost at the time. I realized I was wrong, but I told the ghost, okay, the way's open. You can leave when you want. And then I heard this audible sigh. And I was the only one in the basement, and there was no one else in the house. So where did it come from? And it sounded like a human sigh. It didn't sound like, some sort of machine breathing or something, like you might hear with a cooler or refrigerator or something. It sounded way too human. And after that, the activity with that ghost stopped, and there was no activity since. So that is what it means when someone has a fear of the closet, or a fear of what's under the bed, or what's in the bathroom, or when they have the disturbances in a house, such as the knocks and the blue flashes and the cold feelings. This is all related to the fact that that person is a paranormal medium. And they can use this ability to help ghosts move on, because we need more of those people. I mean, anyone can learn to throw runes and read lines on the palm, or, stars in the sky, but paranormal mediums, they are few and far between. And so if you know someone who, or you yourself are experiencing these disturbances or fears, it is a sign that your eye is open. So take advantage of this ability. Learn to use it. Learn to help those who need help. Because when the ghosts know that you are a believer and that you can help them, they will start haunting you. And so that's what it means when you have a childhood fear. It's not irrational, it's merely metaphysical.